We love this cow. We're not here for looks, we're here for function. Good morning. So first on the list for today is yesterday afternoon, right at the end there, we had to hip lift that cow up and help her out. So she was up for half hour, 45 minutes. When we got home, she was laying back down. And she was in a nice position, so I wasn't too worried about her. At least today, we'll be able to make a better judgment of what we want to do with her. I'm not super concerned yet about her condition, but, you know. And then if we need to, we'll call the vet. She's a half a mile up the road. I'm taking the 44 over. Dad's going to start hauling manure. And actually, I'll show you that little contraption, that hip lifter. It works pretty nice. We've had it for, I don't know, like 15 years, and we needed it one day, and we've used the one from the vet a few times, and it was like, I think it was a Sunday. I think we needed one, and I said, nope, let's just go to Fleet. We're gonna buy one. They had one. Shockingly, that's when they actually had stuff. But we got one, and for the 50 bucks we paid, it's paid for itself over and over again. I mean, granted, we use it like once every 5 years we'll have to use it. But this is the guy I'm talking about. So on those pin bones of their hips, so it'll fit in here, so you slip one in, and then you can crank on this to, you know, screw this out to fit on it, and then this one will fit on the other hip bone, and then you just crank her back, it squeezes down, and that's a really nice place. You're not interfering with a whole lot of stuff. It's not super uncomfortable for them because you're just grabbing on those two big hip bones, and then you just hook a chain on there, and then you lift them up. So while Dad is working on hauling manure this morning and the rest of the day, one project he said I should work on is working on this one manger stall. So this guy right here. So we've got that threaded rod. That wasn't Dad's truck, but I mean, we stick down in there. That's 7-8 inches that we stick down into concrete. So I mean, we're way the heck down here where that guy is, and then that's plenty of stub sticking above that. Well, then what I found in the shop is this pipe. I had a bunch more of that, but this is the same diameter as this stuff, but it also slips right over the top of that. We've got this black pipe. We got this black pipe here that honestly we're probably never going to use, but that is the perfect fit for this. So if that's the case, that guy is going to slip over this pretty nice. The real question is where do I cut this off? Now we'll see how well this works. Beautiful. To get it back where I want to be able to bend it. Little flyby update on the twins. They're actually doing really well. And here's the bull. Yeah, he's been sucking for like the last 10 minutes. But Mom's doing a really nice job. Yeah, no issues.
1,000, 3, 4, go 5, 5, 45, 5, come here, 5. hands made 10-5, pivoted to the 10-5.5. Tremendous.
So we're back in the shop, kind of doing two things at once. I like watching bull sales, so I'm listening to one on my phone, so you'll hear that in the background. So I just like watching them. Never gonna buy anything, unfortunately. Don't have any money.
That's right, another Wasabi Sun, another Dynamic California.
Yes, the bench is dirty.
15 pounds and yep, 10, hit it into the 10 pounds, hit it into the 3, 35, go 4, hit it into the 45, 5. Tremendously quiet herd bull right here. Let's say 20 pounds is coming to you.
Alright, so we're back at the farm. We do have one major problem. Battery on my phone was getting low, so I had to plug it in. So I can't listen to the rest of the bull sale. At least maybe a bunch of it. But they're really nice bulls. Really nice bulls in this sale. This is actually a Canadian bull sale. It's all Simmentals, purebreds and full bloods, and super nice animals. So yeah, I just like to listen to bull sales. I can listen to that kind of like people listen to music. It's interesting. It is. The main bend is like right up in here, but then there's a slight bend right here. I'd have to try and get that bend out. Another thought is if I came in here and buzzed this down really good, but I don't think I'd be able to pick that much up. Yeah, and I need this pipe to be able to come all the way up to here. Well, by gosh, I actually got it. I'll show you in just a second. I grabbed one of those sanding wheels, put it on my drill, and then buffed the heck out of the part that was already there. So I bent it just enough so I could slip the threaded rod in and slid it down, and it's perfect. So I didn't use the bushing, but that's fine. There's like what, a ½ inch of pipe stub on the bottom, and that'll hold. So the next thing I want to do is, if I can find a little 1/4-20 bolt in my menagerie of stuff, and then drill a hole and then pin it. Okay, so like I said, I sanded this up really good, and then I set the bar right here and did one last bend this way, and it shot right up to the top. All right, we actually got that done. I just don't want it to stick out like a regular set length bolt would have been out here, so I had to grind that down a little bit. And I even put a lock washer on both sides to pick up a little more slack. I didn't want that on this side, for them to rub on. But now they can't move that up and down, but there's plenty of strength there, and that is back to functional. These are the two that I was able to nab this morning. These are our older girls. So this is LA53. She has got a nice True Justice heifer. Actually, that's her daughter right there from last year. We love this cow. We would take about 5 or 6 more that look just like her. Now her bag, she's just an old cow, but she's kind of always had a bag like that for like the last 5 years. But she is out of a bull that we had gotten from Erwin Haschel. That was a Triple C Bettis son. Actually, he was a Triple C Bettis out of a power drive cow. That bull was awesome. The calves, there was so much vigor in those calves. It was It was unreal. And then this girl, YC913. So she's another one of our old favorites. Not the greatest bag, but does an awesome job with her calves. And honestly, her bag, the day she calves, doesn't look much different than that. But she is starting to bag a little bit. So she is showing signs that she's ready to calve pretty soon. And she potentially has an eagle in her, which would be an awesome combo. Hey, good morning. It is Sunday morning, and it's kind of gloomy. It is definitely not the same weather we had yesterday, but we're supposed to potentially get some rain tonight and in tomorrow. So yesterday, Dad got to the point on that pile where we finally hauled away and spread all the more bed pack type stuff that we had gotten out of the calf yard. So that was more manure / corn stalks and all that kind of stuff. But now he's to the part of the pile that's all left from last year. So that stuff's broken down pretty well. And we wanted to put that on that hay field. So he started hauling on that hay field yesterday. So while Dad's hauling manure, I'm going to get into working on small little odds and ends projects. I had put this one up the other day and really like it so far, but I have another one. Actually, I ordered this one before I got and I'm just going to call it HoSafe. It's just a weird name. Before I got the HoSafe one, I ordered a different one. I ordered this guy right here. It had a lot of reviews. It was only like $40. It spins 360. It shoots 2K. Just from looking at the Amazon posts, it's comparable to the HoSafe version that I put up the other day. I just want to get out of the wind a little bit. But honestly, so far, not bad. There's a little bit of lag, but there's a little bit of lag with the other one too. Oh, am I zoomed in all the way? Okay, so video quality, pretty darn nice. What I wanted this one for is now we can actually, if you can see a couple of yellow tags in there. Now we can actually look at and see our calves in the barn or not in the barn. It'll be neat to see as the two cameras overlap in certain areas, one picture versus the other, and then do I like one functionality versus the other functionality, that kind of stuff. So I'll keep you up to date on that one. So next on the list, a small barn door repair. As you can see down here, this was kind of an original, well, not original, but an old repair. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slap that 2x6 on there. That'll bridge that gap, stiffen that up. Plus, there's been some complaints. There's a bunch of screw tips that poke through, and honestly, I've scratched myself on them numerous times. I just always think, man, should really just cut those off. Got a couple of them broke off, at least on the other side. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, so I got the 2x6 on there, and it's pretty solid. It definitely doesn't buckle here anymore, so that'll be nice. That'll stiffen that up. But I think there might be some 1x laying around here, and it would be kind of nice to get just a strip, even if it was like this. Dad asked me to move those gravity boxes. I think he's going to haul that load, and then he's going to take a little lunch break. But I think I'm going to go down and move those boxes now, so then they're done. If he gets down here before I get back out of the house, then they're not in his way. But I think one definitely has a flat tire. And I think we have a portable can. I just have to find out if it takes air. Good news. Our portable tank holds air. And I am on the search for some 1x boards to see if I can do like a little bit of a trim strip for that door to kind of finish that off. And literally within the last 10 minutes, the sun came up. So I've gotten all the stuff off that I want. I've got my piece cut. You saw me rip down the one. All right, so that didn't turn out too bad. Now, granted, we're not here for looks, we're here for function. We did get a lot of stuff done this weekend. Dad got a lot of manure hauled, which was really, really nice. We're getting onto that hay field we wanted to do, and Dad's kind of thinking we might actually have enough to cover that field, which at first he didn't think we would. But unfortunately, our weekend is not ending very well. We did talk to our vet about that cow that we had to pick up a couple times this weekend, and everything we explained to her, there's a very, very good chance she has a broken. She'd be like 95% confident that that's what the issue was. If it was just like she laid down too much or a little bit of a pinched nerve, her being up, us picking her up, would have improved her condition, but it wasn't. So she was very confident that it was a broken pelvis. So then Dad put her down today, and we'll have her taken care of. So unfortunately, that's the breaks of having cattle. Sometimes shit happens. We're not really sure what the heck she could have done. The only thing we can think is that the cows were roughhousing, and there was the right pressure at the right angle at the right time. And this was a nice cow, DF 913. She was one of our all-arounds, and she was one of the all-arounds. That was a really good one. So it's kind of a double whammy. You lose the cow and you lose the calf. The vet had said if she's really close to calving, then potentially we could have saved the calf, but she wasn't even starting to bag. I think she was due for like maybe the end of the month or April, but again, she wasn't even bagging up at all. And she does have a pretty decent bag, so unfortunately we couldn't save the calf either. So it's kind of a double whammy. So our good weekend kind of ends in a shitty weekend. But again, that's the crazy thing about calving season. You know, when you lose a calf, as soon as that next one drops and it's off and running, and it's like an instant boost. So that'll be nice. Get a calf on the ground, get going. So it's a bummer today, but it happens, and you just keep moving on. So, all right, we'll call the end of the video, end of the weekend. Hope you guys had a good one. Please comment, like, subscribe. and thanks for coming along.